let's start with Elaine Thompson-Herah. Earlier this summer, you talked about her in Spain, moving back there, working, uh, and now it's all over the news landscape that she's officially back with Ronaldo Walcott. So your take on that?
Well, look, we had heard and of course eventually confirmed that she was training with Elite Performance in Spain while they were there preparing for the World Championships. Because Megan Tapper and who else was from Elite was there. One of the 400-meter runners, I believe, was
Right.
there as they were preparing for Worlds, and they were competing in Europe at the time as well. What I wasn't sure about was whether or not that was going to be a permanent thing, because Elaine has been bouncing around a lot the last couple of years, so I wasn't quite sure what's going to be permanent from that. But so it's not really a surprise to me that she's now at back with, I mean, in at home with the lead, and it's a better situation for her now because Shelley's no longer there. Shelley's retired. They've lost Kerika Hill to MVP. They've lost Megan Tapper to Lovey. So he has room now to focus on her. So basically, it comes down to Julian Fort, because Kemba Nelson has left as well. Julian Fort, Rochelle Clayton, and now Elaine. So he has three. I don't want to say elite, well, call them elite. Yeah, elite
Right.
athletes who are there, who we can now focus on because everybody else around there is still developing or have not developed. So I don't know if he's going to cull those because with Shelley gone and Kerika Hill gone and Kemba gone, I'm thinking that his revenue would have been cut. So to focus on those core athletes, so probably gives him a better opportunity to work with her and see if him can get her back to some level of performance. Because I sent him a message today
Mm.
to wish him all the best with the lane because, and as I said to him, um, certainly Elaine not getting back to 10-5, but get to a level where she can at least be competitive. Because she's 33 now. I mean, not everybody is Shelley, not everybody's Merlin. So if she can replicate anything close to that 10-5, 10-6 era from 4 years ago, I saw a video of her there, they're running at a sports day. And I mean, she didn't look bad, but then she was running against nobody. So it's not like she was running against a world class figure looking good. But so what I will say is that now that I think he probably have more time to focus on her comeback. That maybe we can see an Elaine Thompson that's going to be a 10-year athlete or somewhere in that region, because it will be to me to be foolhardy to expect somebody alien to be running 10-6s anymore. I think that era that ship has sailed. Um, the issue with that injury that she has that has been plaguing her for years doesn't allow her to generate that kind of power of the track anymore. So I don't think that's going to be possible. But if you can get somewhere between say 10-8 high or 10-8-5 in that region, I don't think she'll be competitive globally because realistically, what we've seen from the Clayton twins, Melissa Jefferson, Julian Alfred, and other women coming through, that maybe she can be like a solid relay team member, assuming that the Clayton twins push on. We see 76 and 10-8 from them last season. And then Brianna Liston comes through. Now that she's working with Lance Brahman. Um, Maybe she can be a useful member of the Jamaican team as a member of the relay, or maybe even a third. Maybe behind the Clayton twins, maybe she's the next best. Maybe at 10-8 or something. Maybe we can get her back there. Because I mean, look, the reality for me is that she hasn't competed much in the last 3 years, and she hasn't competed since last year when she broke down in New York. So her
Right.
body is relatively fresh. So maybe that's an advantage that you can come back with. That's something that you can work with that can get her to a level where she'll be competitive again. I mean, I honestly hope I'm able to see that. A lot of people who have written her off completely. I am sometimes an optimist, so I'm hoping that she can get back to a level where she can even go in the Diamond League and be competitive, win some races, make some money, and reestablish her legacy as one of the greatest female sprinters of all time.
No, for sure. And I want to make it clear because I know the comment sections on the internet can go wild sometimes, and I think you've always been fair to Elaine. You've gotten a
Yeah,
lot of heat for probably not necessarily always liking Elaine, and the
yes,
same, and the same for me sometimes. But I think it's important that she finds a way to finish the career, and realistically, and I 100% agree with you. If you're expecting an Elaine Thompson from 2021, then something we need to have a conversation on the side. It's not worthy
mm,
of that kind of discussion. But ideally, hopefully, she can stay healthy and get back. I mean, there's a Commonwealth Games next year. That could be a place. She also went to the Commonwealth Games some years ago after,
and she won the double in
exactly.
2022.
So maybe she could try and defend there. And for whatever it's worth, I mean, if she can compete at the highest level again, whether that's on a relay squad or something, it will certainly serve the younger athletes to have someone of her caliber, her experience to help navigate a new generation of athletes. So
Yeah,
I only see it as an upside. The worst thing that can happen is that she never steps on the track again and finish the way she wants to. And I
yeah,
hope in
because
this
look,
case, yeah. Mhm.
I've always believed that, look, when you hit your peak, huh, I mean, the only way after that is down. There's no two ways about it. But her decline didn't have to occur the way it did.
Right.
And I think in life, I believe that there's always an opportunity for people to find redemption. And I think if Elaine can come back and represent for even two or maybe 2 seasons, I mean, 26 and 2027. Because what it is that I think the Clayton twins right now are 10-7 sprinters. We've seen that. Um, but beyond those two girls, everybody else is relatively within a 10-9-11 flat because Brenna Liston has been hurt. I mean, she hasn't competed since season
Right.
at NCAA's. I don't know what Lance Brahman can do with her um, in a year, a season. I mean, the background is starting now. Tiana Terry Long is with Shaniki Osborne. We've seen what she did with Brian Level. So if Tiana Terry Long can make I wouldn't even call it a quantum leap, but a significant leap in her first year that we saw with Level.
Right.
Maybe in 2 years she's a 10-year sprinter as well because we've seen her talent. Sabrina Dockery is over by Lance Brahman. I don't know whether or not he will be able to take her to a 10-year level in one season because what we've seen over time is that especially when you're transitioning straight out of high school, your body's still developing. So you're not at that level where your body's going to be able to take that workload and then progress. So it might take a couple of years. And it's the same for Terlong as well. I mean,
Right.
she's like what, 17 or 18? I don't
Yeah.
even think she's
Kid.
18 yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's still ways to go. So for the time being, I think the pressure is going to be on the Clayton twins to carry that lead that Shelly left behind, that button that has been passed.
Yeah.
But it'll be nice to have someone like Elaine with the experience of 5 Olympic gold medals, fastest woman alive, second fastest Jamaican woman over 200 meters, to have that
Right.
kind of experience to guide them and help guide them along that progress while she continues to make progress in whatever way she can. So it will be good for her to come back and represent well.
No,
I
I
don't
agree
know
with you.
what I don't know what will have manifested from her time abroad in terms of preparation, in terms of where her speed is now. The 3 weeks that are such weeks that she was in Spain working with elite. I don't know what kind of background that gave her for coming to this preseason now to prepare for next year. But given what she's been able to do, if she's able to do that at 85%, I think she'd probably do pretty well.
No, I think yeah, you're right to point that out because there's been a gap in some of the athletes you expected to come through on the Jamaica side. Your Kemba
Mhm.
Nelsons, Brianna Williams, who you just spoke to recently, as well. So there's some space there, and
Mhm.
if she's still in the mix, if she's a 10-8 athlete, she'll get on a team in some capacity, whether
Yeah, for
that's an
real. Because
individual. Yeah,
because I mean, other than Tina and Tia Clayton, there's
yeah,
no other Jamaican woman right now who's running 10 years.
right.
Nobody. So, that space is there for her to
Yeah.
take, to grab with both hands, and then she can go and represent individually at say, China at 2027 as a 35-year-old.
Mm.
Uh,
Yeah.
but whether or not that's to be seen. I'm hoping though that honestly that she, for what she's accomplished, she deserves that opportunity to come back and finish her career on her own terms beyond that
Right.
injury that has plagued her for a few years.